last year I kind of feel like I took, put crank in front of the speaker.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah. Last year I feel like I kept the microphone too long myself, so I'm not going to do that this time. Is this anyone's first time here?
Oh, really? Did not expect that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. First time at the forum or first time at the show?
Forum.
First time at the show.
Oh, so pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. So good. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you from all of us. We know that without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, and that goes for everybody that's up here. I'm going to speak for them, whether they want me to or not. But like I said, I'm going to pass the mic. So here in a minute. We just kind of do this informally. If you guys want to ask questions, we don't have anything to present. We'll have a PowerPoint, but we just like to kind of talk and interact with the crowd. Will you stop that? We're sitting. Meshtastic, stop. So
official bird of the Hamfest.
Yeah. I know that one. So we just keep it kind of informal, and we just like to talk to everybody and allow you guys to talk to us and ask questions and whatnot. So it's just very shoot from the hip. And if anybody has anything they want to talk about, feel free to bring it up. But I'm going to pass the microphone down and let everyone do a quick introduction. And then if you have specific questions for any of us up here, just raise your hand and let us know. And there's no structure to this at all. So that's it. I'm Jason, KC5HFB. I'm from Texas. My channel is Ham Radio 2.0. This is my 5th year at the show. And 5th year, I think we've done this 5 years. Yeah. My first year was 2021. Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, 5 years. So, and we do a thing on, if those of you who don't know, there's a seat right there, right in front of the speaker. Right? Get in front of the speaker before I hand Frank the microphone.
That gets Frank.
Yeah, I should have said that after you said it. So, 5th year, we do a thing on Montesano. A lot of us camp, RV, tent camp up on Montesano State Park. It's about 15, 16 minutes from here, and we do a thing on Fridays. That's an all-day POTA event. People come out, and it's just a hangout time. We call it a POTA event, and some of us actually do POTA, but it really is just a hangout time. So, you want to talk about the results of that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do a live stream, Kyle and I are, in a week from today to talk about it officially, but you got to get an inside scoop today. So Kyle's going to be able to talk about, as we take donations and provide food for everybody, and the results this year were very good. So I'm going to stop talking because, like I said, I think I held the microphone too long last year. I don't want to do that again, sir. So we're just going to go down the line. Yes.
Hello, I'm Josh, KO6NAZ. Yeah, I'm sorry. Ham Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Hangover Chat. Hopefully you all had a wonderful weekend here at Huntsville Hamfest. And that's it. I pass it on to Rob.
In and out.
Yeah, my name is Robert. I have the Digital Rancher YouTube channel, so I do a lot of satellite stuff. You guys may know me from that. I also do some Meshtastic stuff and whatever else interests me in the moment, right? That's the great thing about our hobby. We can be ADD and it's okay. And yeah, I'm going to pass it now.
Hey, Kyle, 880 is my channel, and let's talk a little bit about the cookout. So first I want to thank the Huntsville Hamfest for putting it on their front page. We had a huge turnout. Let me give you some stats. Last year we cooked 60 burgers and, 75 hot dogs. This year we got 96 burgers and 117 hot dogs, and the last 10 people only got hot dogs. We served, I think, around 120 people. So it was a huge cookout. We're going to have to figure out something for next year to get a count on how many people are coming. But the donations, so we spent about $600 in groceries this year. Groceries have gone up, but your guys' donations were enormous. They were great. I got some pretty big donations, and people donated what they could. The final total, after everything was paid for and we got the final books in, or the final totals in, I'm going to write a check to the ARL, the Teachers Institute. If you don't know what the Teachers Institute, it's basically teachers teaching ham radio in STEM classrooms around the country. They bring teachers in and they get them up to speed, and then they teach ham radio. So, final total, $5,000. Thank you. Last year, we wrote a check for $2,400, so we doubled what we did last year. So thank you again for people who donated to the Huntsville Hamfest, to Montana State Park for providing the pavilion, Vern 6 for renting the pavilion, and all of the YouTubers and everyone who helped out. Thank you, I appreciate it. So that's my spiel.
And also paying for 80 people to come through the gate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We had Vern paid for 80 people to come through the gate free of charge. I think there's like a $2 or $3 charge, something like that. Five. Okay. So thank you to Vern 6 and Renee. They also cooked breakfast. Steve, who is not. Oh, Steve. What was that, Steve? Oh no, that's not Steve. They thought it was Steve. Oh. Steve had a hard night last night. So, but anyway, thank you. Now here's Frank. Cover your ears.
What could we don't do it up? I think it could be. Yeah.
What is going on, y'all? I'm going to turn off the mic. I'm Frank KAG58 Stick, and I'm. All right.
Now I can use the mic.
I run a YouTube channel about tape radio, and I just kind of like run is my interest and what just at the time. I got some stuff coming up about antennas and probably start the Strack build since I'm going to be staying in my house. Yay. And that's about it. So, Miriam?
Can you believe it's that short?
Are you sure you don't want more time?
I can take more time.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Josh, A4WX. I have a channel called HamShackTV, about a year old, and first time sitting on this side of the grid last year, sat out there. So privileged to be up here with such great, can we call them talent? But good to see everybody.
Personality.
There you go, personnel.
Hey everyone, I'm Becky, and for BKY, and
I'm Mike, and for FFF, the other half of the ham radio duo. And similarly, last year we were on that side of it, and honored to be able to be up here this year. We do outdoor radio and CW, since that tends to come with it.
and we just want to give a great big thanks to these guys up here who kind of welcome us into the YouTube community. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and the amount of work that they put in to be able to do all this, last year I was just totally blown away, and blown away again this year.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Freddie Mack, your ham radio crusader. And I do a little bit of all-star link. Thank you very much. I love the enthusiasm right here. Yeah, I was in public service for 33 years. Put ham radio in the back burner to take care of my family and the lifestyle. It is what it is. But when I retired, I wanted to crusade my way back into ham radio and start learning some more. So I don't always do just all-star link. I'm venturing out into POTA and having a blast. Which you and the radio and the whole world on the other side of the microphone, it's a great feeling for that. I really thoroughly enjoy POTA. So Ham Radio Crusader on YouTube, hamradiolife.org. Stop by. Appreciate it. Thank you all for all the support. It's been a great year.
Hello guys, I'm James, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. I do everything adventure radio. The best way to describe my channel is I have a little bit of a POTA problem.
A little bit?
A little bit. I'm currently the most active POTA person in the world. So portable ops, that's my thing. Do a little bit of satellites and soda as well. So if you like that kind of stuff, check it out.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Clayton. Call sign is Kilowatt 9, Quebec Charlie Alpha. I've been into YouTube for a couple of years, but I recently just got into it last year. My name is Clayton again, K9QCA from Lincoln, Illinois, so I'm up north. So thank you everybody for inviting me down here in the South. This is my second year of Huntsville, so I really appreciate the hospitality for inviting me. My channel is 250 pounds of Yezu, and I don't plan on getting any fatter. We'll see you guys on it. Most of my content on my channel is a mix and match of everything, but I've been focusing more on the POTA side of everything. So I'm on distinct parks. I've been doing POTA for a year now. My first POTA activation was back in early 2024, dating May. That's when I first started getting into POTA. So I've spent a lot of money on different TRP rigs. I've got everything from S-Binix to Z-Bits. I've got a Lab 599. I picked that up. You name it, you probably had it. I've got radios that I haven't even opened up over a year. I have to try them out. So anyway, appreciate you guys for having me. Like what Josh A4WX said, I was sitting over there with you guys, and thanks for the Huntsville Hamfest for allowing me to have the opportunity to be on Planet Media this year. And thanks for having me.
Hey, good morning, guys. Jason, KM4ACP, and the channel is the same. I don't have one of the fancy names, but I wasn't that creative. But I do a little bit of Linux, a little bit of APRS, and a little bit of programming. I run exclusively Linux in the chat, so if you got a Windows question, the other Jason is a man to go to.
We just figured out, Josh just figured out we need to call this chat between two Jasons. It's the form. Where's Lou? Is he here? He's in the Okay, I'll go. Carlos, let's see you then. Look, I was late to the party, so I was expected to sit in the kids' seat over here. Carlos, K9OL, life at terminal velocity. I jump out of airplanes and make contacts. I leave here. I'm heading to the drop zone, and hopefully you guys will be on frequency that I'll announce later, and hopefully get you parachute to Brigham. Yes. How you get a lot of fun? You'll be that airplane. See you again. No incidents this year. Last year. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I think I'm here to tell you that I own the only ID50 that's been impact tested and rated. It fell off of me at 14,000 feet, and I found it, and it did not a scratch of the thing. The antenna itself had a scuff from hitting the roof of the house and get landed on. That was it. So yeah. It's a Skookum radio. My cell phone, it still worked. I was able to use my cell phone to then go back to Apple and go, hey, I need a warranty replacement. They didn't even ask questions. I just said, okay. I'm glad I didn't have to explain that one. All right, who's next?
I think you're going.
Hi everyone, I am Chris, also known as Pink, KQ4COY. I make everybody cry, that's what this guy says. And I am launching my new channel, Hiking with Pink. It's long overdue. I've got 20 years worth of material backlogged. Sorry. And I'm also the prettier half of Hiking in Heaven, who has close to 1,000 followers, and we're trying to push it over the edge so we can do a giveaway. So please follow Hiking in Heaven, follow Hiking with Pink, and we do POTA, soda, lots of hiking, and cool stuff.
Who's that? Does anyone have any questions for anybody up there?
Well, I guess the biggest thing is I have a YouTube channel myself, but I don't do anything fancy like a student by here at home. I guess the biggest question I have is, do you really have to go far out to do a YouTube channel? I mean, do something like you guys are doing? I mean, do you have to go extravagant with
the equipment your iPhone, what you got? That's what I started doing.
Yeah, the biggest thing I've always wondered is, like, how do you get the lifestyles stay alive and well while you're walking around doing all stuff? You get that when you're saying it constantly
If you have like a gimbal or something, smartphone batteries last pretty long. I mean, unless you're using separation tools. But if you have a gimbal or something that kind of does image stabilization, it might still be better. But I mean, you don't just start with Windows Guide growth there. There's no reason to get anything real fast or heavy. Question. And somebody else had a hand raised back for an extra question, comments, slides, record. Yeah, go. You want the microphone? Yeah, I know. Yes, step.
Fred Bass, WSMBG. I appear on other people's YouTube channels frequently, and yes, I have a question for whoever wants to answer it on the panel, maybe several people. What software or platforms do you use for video production to do things like the windowing, the lower thirds, the wiping, things like that? How do you manage all of that? Because this is one area where you can't just use an iPhone on YouTube or TikTok, but this is one area where it really starts to look professional. And what is the secret to doing that right?
What's your camera, by the way?
Yeah, this is a cheap Amazon.
Oh,
but it works real well.
that's good. I use OBS, which is free, and for the Windows, I use Zoom. There's probably a couple of things out there that's better than Zoom, and I'm actually kind of looking at something like that right now. But for whatever reason, I had like 3 people come up to me yesterday at the POTA event, or Friday at the POTA event, and say, I really like the way your last live stream that had all the people windowed next to you, and you were on the side, and everybody was talking. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing that for 4 years. Thanks for watching, you know. But I don't know. But that's just OBS and Zoom is all used to live stream. That's what I use, and we can pass the mic down to get this many answers, and so everybody uses something totally different. So yeah, but yeah, I'll just say really fast too. Final Cut Pro for editing, but OBS for everything else, live stream.
DaVinci Resolve for editing, and vMix for live production.
I use Premiere Pro for editing, but I also, for video conferencing, an alternative of Zoom is called VDO Ninja, and it's a free software. It's peer-to-peer. So, and then I use OBS to stream to YouTube.
I use OBS to stream to YouTube and Zoom windows, and DaVinci Resolve for all my editing.
Editing, I use Premiere Pro for graphic design, like thumbnails, things like that. I use Canva. For streaming, I use StreamYard, not free, but works nicely. And yeah, sometimes I use Photoshop.
We use Premiere Pro for our editing. We haven't streamed yet, so we need to jump on it. Maybe this year. And what else?
Yeah, and we're probably going to evaluate DaVinci Resolve because there's some things about Premiere Pro that I don't quite like.
All this we can start in. Yeah, I still use the preview.
Yeah, we have a little bit of software we use to automate parts of it, and that's what I need to evaluate. And I think that DaVinci Resolve will probably be better in that regard.
And we use Figma for our thumbnails to kind of create some nice images.
For streaming, I use OBS and StreamYard. Sometimes hand in hand if I'm doing a stream, but if I join at other streams, I use OBS as a virtual camera. My video editing, I do through CapCut. It's created by TikTok, and there's a lot of it that's free. I use a pro version. I think I paid maybe $7 a month for a little bit extra transitions and what have you. I do have a license for Final Cut. I don't know if it's Final Cut Pro. I don't know. I had to pay for it. Yeah, and it's like I'm still learning it because there's a learning curve for me, because we're used to doing it one way. Yeah, I love working on Mac. Macs are great, in my opinion, for video production. I may be in the minority. I don't know, but I also use Canva for a lot of my thumbnails and graphics and stuff like that. I need to backgrounds fun. Go ahead.
I use Premiere Pro for my editing, and for streaming, I use OBS through Stream and then into StreamYard.
Okay.
Same with me. I use OBS for my streaming. For the thumbnails and all the editing and stuff, I use ChatGPT, the AI. So I just function what I want the AI to do, and it brings up the thumbnail and just makes it all for me. The editing part, I use CapCut because it's free.
So the common theme, OBS. I use it as well, Photoshop for the thumbnails, and DaVinci Resolve for the editing.
Good. I'll just keep keep it in the, really quick too, plugins. Download whatever plugins for the editors you're using. If you need a wipe, go download a plugin. If you got to pay for it, you got to pay for it. That's usually what you have to do. DaVinci Resolve Studio now, but I start with a free version. You can do 99% of what you need to do with the free version. I bought the paid for because it has a voice isolation feature, and you might expect that while flying to have a bit of wind noise. It helps kill the wind noise. It's not, the difference is insane. It was absolutely worth the $300. Oh, and what do you?
Yeah. DaVinci Resolve and Canva for graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Michael Kim for BOT, and I'm special needs liaison for our county, our Aries-burg. And I've been looking for a YouTuber to kind of tell me what they like to do when it comes to emergency services. I would like to interview them, anyone, it doesn't really matter. And I've been doing interviews with different agencies, different groups on occasion. I'm trying to get different people to that want to do an interview on a topic they interest them. I've been involved with special limits for amateur radio since 2008, 2007. And one of the things that I've wanted hard, especially when I heard the word All-Star, I just set up an All-Star cache, right? The node is 58098. And I'm going to try and get it eventually on Hands Over IP and AmtraWire, and looking to expand it. So if anybody would like to connect with me or whatever, come by. I do have a virtual business card. We could scan it with your Icom, and we'll definitely look forward to hearing you on my All-Star United. Thank you.
Thanks. Joe, Brad, Steve, come up here. Come on.
Hang on. Oh, God. I so you did so on. He's in here with a brass. Yeah. Thanks.
You left your phone. I could take that stuff. That's we downloads. Here you guys. Here. I do something. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are.
K5 Wise Be Wise.
Joe Brett, I'm from Mississippi. I like to do videos every 3 or 4 months, baby. 5'9" Park. And I'm Steve, KO4AFL. I'm working on getting the videos out more. I've got 7 from just this Hamfest that'll be out over the next month. Or, yeah, finally. But Tuesday nights, you'll see Joe and myself on the Ham Radio Clubhouse. It's not your typical ham radio show. I'll tell you that.
You don't talk about the radio?
Occasionally we talk him. When we have a good guest like Mike and Beck.
Any other questions from the audience? Anything? Yes, sir.
I'm KCY4COP. Over the past few years, we've been totally awash in cheap Chinese radio. And varying qualities. But with the tariff situation and other international activities, Lord knows what else is going to come up, has anybody heard any noise about some type of ham radio production being started in the United States?
Above and beyond what already exists.
Yep.
I have no.
What is it? I mean, there's not much existing.
Telegraph, Flex.
Yeah.
But you're talking about handheld specifically, right?
Yeah, more likely, yes.
That Canada had a really all of the ones I didn't have, we were a bit they're in mid-line. They carry trajectory, but the actual infrastructure manufacturing that you have to organic up, fully MSD doesn't really exist right now. Right, the time it would take to build up something like that, I don't think we have that capability. Just quickly, tricky ways. Hello.
We really don't have the manufacturing, I believe, to undertake that right now. We would, as a country, we need that first, and I doubt it would be for, we really need an American Bell thing, don't you think? I want that Made in America sticker on my booth one year. Who's hand up there? Go ahead.
Mike, Whiskey One Mike Victor Papa. Does anybody remember or get involved with DMR about 10, 12 years ago? And okay. Do you remember that the only equipment you could get at the time was commercial equipment?
Yeah.
How much do you think you were paying for a Motorola at that time?
Well, we weren't buying them from Motorola.
Yeah, well,
So-
buying from a Motorola dealer that's hand friendly.
Right. Yeah. And several $1,000s for a Motorola HT.
Yeah.
Which is what they are now. But
Yeah.
Motorola's aren't made in the USA either anymore.
Yeah.
But
There's the other.
yeah, Motorola's are expensive because they're R&D department. They do a lot of R&D. If you've never used a Motorola handheld or radio or mobile radio, and you go try one, you'll notice where that money goes when you're listening to the receiver.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the same is true for Harris and Tate Radio and all these other ones too. So, and even Hytera out of China. Hytera makes an excellent radio. They're Motorola competitor, and they're all made in China. So, but yeah, I mean, I would love to see something like that. I would love to see something like I thought about going to Flex or going to Elecraft and saying, look, you guys are already doing this, just make it smaller and change bands, So I would love to see something like that, but it's not going to be cheap. And I can tell you right now, from all of us up here reading our comments on our own videos, people are going to complain when it's made in China and cheap. And a whole different subset of people are going to complain when it's not made in China and it's really, really expensive. Like a crap K4 or something. So you can't win. Yeah. Is there a market for it? That's the question. Is there a market for, right, for a set, the new Kenwood is a D75 is a $700 HT. So.
Sale for $6.
Use KM4ACK at checkout. See if they'll go. Get the it would be really expensive for something like that. I would probably buy one, quite frankly, just to say, hey, I've got one. But I don't know if they'd be able to sell enough to make it justify worthwhile. So, unfortunately. Yes, go ahead.
Josh, is there any product rumors with the Tokyo Hamfest?
I will be liable to. Now turn it off.
Why are we turning it off?
They think to push the top.
I will be live streaming on Saturday. Well, Friday night is Saturday morning.
But has Ray whispered in your ear at all?
Turn around, sir.
Josh was about to tell you before he started.
But I will be live streaming on Friday night. You will see a notice. Come one is right there. That was a live NDA. I did see it. Oh, go ahead, Ray.
The one thing though, we can neither confirm nor deny that there will be anything new. We're just saying that we're live streaming from Tokyo Hamfest.
That's what we're saying.
So I don't want to see all the posts on Facebook. Ray from Icom said there's going to be something new. I'm being recorded right now saying we can't say whether there is or not.
But Rick, can we speculate?
Well, I already know H2O's got one of these going.
Not about speculation.
It's half of our channel. Until the other questions go. We are, let's see.
No, we've got the room for 2 hours.
Do we do?
Yeah, with the shop. Still new. My God. Yeah.
Who wants to build an antenna? What? A question, go ahead. Who's next?
I go.
Go for it.
Okay, so for all of you,
Okay.
do you still do a normal day job, or is this now become your full-time gig?
I am an engineer. I'm an engineering manager of a team of like 80 people that work for me as a full-time job. And obviously a dad, 2 boys.
Yeah, it's a full-time job to itself.
Yeah, and then I do the YouTube mainly for fun. It's only possible because of my wonderful wife. That's really the answer.
It's a good answer. Yeah. I used to work in IT. I went full-time on YouTube in 2020 and never really looked back. It's been a great experience for me. I try to focus a lot on how to sales, how to make it profitable, and how to be able to provide for my family and that kind of thing, but also try to help other channels that are in this space. I attend a lot of content creation. They don't call them fests like a ham fest. So there's a couple of shows around the United States. They have 3, 4, 5 shows a year, and I attend the ones that I can. And I've never seen a group of creators from a specific niche be as kind of type of bonded as all these folks up here are. I mean, like if you're in the Android niche, nobody knows who another Android creator is. So having a group like this is very well. It's unusual, and it helps greatly in everything that you do. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without that.
Similar to Josh, engineering manager, full-time job, 60 hours a week type deal. I also have a ranch, so I've got a bunch of goats. Yeah, they're meat goats. I'm in Texas. We eat meat. So sorry. And then, YouTube is my ham radio fun. And really, it's all of these folks up here. These are my friends. I mean, these are great people, and we have a blast. You can't tell. I mean, really no vacation. That's it. I mean, this is my crew right here. So it's a good crew.
I work IT in a large hospital system in St. Louis, and I just do YouTube as a creative outlet. And I got quite of a niche of a channel, and I just do the things that I want to do, and the people that subscribe are in my niche. So that's how I roll.
Up until last Monday, I was unemployed, but now I'm back doing a software engineering, and I like to code, and I've managed teams, and I've been all over the area. But if you have a credit card, I've been playing with your dollars.
I don't know how to follow that up. Straightforward. I was in television, local news for 3 years up until 3 years ago, and now I do video for the University of Tennessee. So not full-time YouTubing yet. That is the ultimate goal. As growth continues, hopefully left to be like those 2 fine fellas on the end.
Let's see, I'm a retired physical therapist, but I've moved into kind of a tech job and able to work remote, which helps a lot because I could take some of that editing burden off of him, but he's the software guy, which helps me with the editing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and for us, the YouTube channel is definitely passion-driven. We have a ton of fun being outdoors and playing with CW, and it is all about just trying to share the message so that other people wind up having fun. We do have a couple of commercial type things around the radio area, but if you're looking to get rich, I don't think that targeting ham radio is probably the
especially when you niche it down to CW. Be fun. We just love it, and if anybody wants to learn, go to learnmorsecode.org and link to our resources.
Yeah. Nice plug.
I worked in public service, like I said before, for 33 and a half years, but the last 18 and a half, I was an undersheriff and the IT guy for like the entire county. But the county's not that big, so it's not that impressive. But when I retired, I had planned on doing the YouTube channel. I started it like right before because I knew I was on my way out, and I thought, I'm gonna have all this time on my hands. Why not do a YouTube channel? Well, the county kind of hired me back 2 days a week to do managed IT, so I'm still kind of there. So yeah, I'm about what you'd call a 3/4 of the time YouTuber, and a couple of days a week for the county, and my family keeps me even busier. But I got 12 great kids, so yeah, what are you gonna do?
I've been a full-time YouTuber now for almost 2 years, and I currently work more hours than I've ever worked. I can make the least amount of money. Again, what they say, even if you want to be a YouTuber and you're doing it for money, please pick a different topic than ham radio. You can get into like electronic reviews or something. Because if you're doing this for the money and not the love of it, ham radio is not going to be the thing for you.
They're playing Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. It's Clayton K9 QCA. I'm a Class 8 truck driver, 53-foot tractor trailer. I came off the road in 2013, 3.5 years of TR, and now I drive for a major Midwest carrier. We operate out of Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Missouri, and Minnesota. We've grown pretty big. So the carrier that I work for, I do a lot of LTL, so I'm a third shift nighttime driver, so I don't do any candy pickups. Basically just drop the trailer, pick it up, take it to our next drop zone at one of our yards in one of the states. I have to do all my driving anywhere between 8 to 10 hours. I can't go up 10 hours of driving, but I can be on duty for 14 hours. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting job. I would say the hardest job of being the hardest job of being a truck driver is dealing with all the four-wheelers. I'm not talking about like the little small four-wheelers you see kids driving, four-wheelers as in cars, and that's the hardest part about my job. So it's not just holding the steering wheel and drive. So do we have any truck drivers in the group? Any retired truck drivers by chance? Just one guy?
And you ain't joking.
How long have you been retired, sir?
Well, from the driving part, it's been about 20 years. I hauled the military.
Okay. Well, the biggest part is, not now for driving a truck is, run a electronic logging system. So back when you were driving, you were on paper. Now there's a
we were doing both.
all your lost.
Some that we did not log. We weren't required to.
Gotcha. And another hardest part about being a truck driver too is the DOT law enforcement, because they are pretty strict on truck drivers. They've been doing a lot of enforcement. Actually, starting next week, a nationwide DOT blitz is going on again. They're doing brake enforcement, so they're going to be watching up the truck drivers doing brake enforcement for truck drivers. So I don't run any HF equipment and tractor for the company that I work for. We're considered a slipstream outfit. So even though I have an assigned day driver, somebody else could be driving my truck. But I would say probably about 80% of the time I get my tractors when I come in at nighttime. I stopped carrying an HF rig in the tractor. So what I do now is I remote back to my Flex radio, back to the house, and I keep iPad mini in my tractor, so I remote with my Flex radio in the tractor. So that's my HF. So thank you.
Hey, a bit off topic. Has anybody noticed that MRD is missing? Yeah. We locked him up. I was tired of the bad stuff at DRS.
There it is.
Oh, I'm a professional photographer at 35 years, so I do still have the full-time job and then do YouTube on the side. One of the things.
Yes, I can't really tell you what I did, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But in a nutshell, I'm also in public safety full-time, and my videos are not on schedule as much as Jason tries to coach me. Do one a week. I tried that for a couple months. It's become unfun for me, so I backed off of it so it would stay fun. When I find something interesting, and I happen to figure it out as a Mississippi Southern guy, figure something out, it's a big deal. I like to try to make a video and show that, and kind of reflects in my comments that my people are like, thank you for explaining it that way, because some of these guys say, what do you say? Oh, I speak Gilbert, except this. It's just a fun thing, but one day I'll want to retire and maybe make some more of it.
Yeah, and as for me, like a lot of these guys, I'm in IT, I'm a full-time sysadmin, probably about 50 hours a week on average. And I just do YouTube when it's fun for me, which is why my channel is taking so long to grow. And I know Carlos just stepped out. I'm going to have to step out as well. We're heading over to the drop zone. We've got a tandem going today, not me, somebody else, but I'm going to record that. And Carlos is going to be jumping 2 meters with 100 watts and probably a sideman tibia drill. So we're going to call it into the repeater, so if you've got the radio on. Listen, he's going to make one call to the repeater, but he's airborne. and they can be on probably 5'10". So you want parachute mobile contact until it's your day.
Parachute mode.
Anybody else? No. Go ahead.
So, aside from Steve and Joe Brett, how did you guys maintain motivation to like make and post videos when your subscribers were in the hundreds and your views were like in the tens? How'd you get yourself to keep going?
You just gotta love what you do. Yep. You gotta love the hobby. The answer. So that's yeah. Anybody have anything different than that? Yeah, go ahead.
So as I said, my background is video, so it's a double whammy for me. I enjoy making videos and broadcasting and things like that, but it also allows me to be more interactive with the hobby. I have 4 kids myself, 2 girls and then twin boys. And my wife wasn't too pleased about me fooling around with ham radio, and certain things. But now that I've been able to monetize the hobby, so to speak, it allows me to open the door and play more radio too. So it's fun on both sides. That gives me a motivation from day one, and then the camaraderie of this whole panel. That's the motivation that I have as well.
I think what motivates us is you guys. Right, like your comments, your emails, your stories about what you see on our channel inspires you to do whatever it is that you enjoy, because that's why we're sharing what we do, because we enjoy it.
I think the biggest thing for posting content on YouTube, or whether it's TikTok, wherever kind of social media it is, even though I don't have the biggest following group on my YouTube like Jace or Josh, I'm in the small time 100s though, but that's fine. I don't mind being a small time video creator. Me being a truck driver. If I can post videos, twice a week or on the weekends, that's the biggest key. From a lot of videos that I've seen on a lot of YouTubers, just from research, the more content that you push out, whether it's 1 video a week or 2 video weeks or 3 videos a week, the more content you push out, you're going to push out your algorithm into the social media. So YouTube's going to automatically recognize that you're pushing out. And if you push out 1 or 2 videos this week, that's going to constantly keep your numbers up, and it's going to be viewable for other people to see. So that's why I'm doing social media on YouTube. So, but me being a truck driver, I get off of work in the morning, and I can have time to go to the photo park and do anything. I want to go home and crash and go to sleep, so I have a good sleep for nighttime driving. So most of my content creation is just on the weekends. And there has been times where I've gotten off early and I want to make some videos during the week too. But my personal opinion is just pushing your content out, whether it's just 1 video a week or 2 videos a week. So thank you.
Any other questions? Since stickers become a phenomenon in the ham radio, who's the best sticker provider? There you go.
You make one. That was loud. That was. You mean where we fire sticker strong?
Yeah. If you want to hear a ting, and this was made by
Oh gosh, let's think of that company.
Sticker campaign.
And this was made up that inspiration.
They're expensive. I recently found a website that the letter U printing.com, and it sounds like a lot. Everybody's got 47 gadgets in their hands, including me, because they're all mine back here. Uprinting.com. If you order 1,000 stickers, oh my gosh, I don't need 1,000. They're 15 cents each. That is a big deal. Yeah. $115, $125 with shipping. Wow. So this is for like a 3x3 size. If you have different sizes, it's going to vary, of course. Uprinting.com. Sticker Mule is good. What's that other one? Sticky. Huh?
Sticky Brain.
Sticky. I've never used that.
Infinity, Geek Infinity or something. I've used 4 or 5 different ones. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're all good. They all do a good job. It's really just a matter of hunting for the one that's the lowest price.
Just take this price.
Yeah.
They go up, so I didn't know, but
Yeah.
particular bill.
Somebody else over here had yes. Go ahead.
All kilos, you have $5 kilo. Just for anybody, maybe everybody on the panel. When you first started your channel, can you remember the video that you put out on YouTube that you went, this might work?
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Yeah, anybody want to answer that?
I just have
Not really. There are better stories, but I've been on YouTube since 2006 making videos, and it started out just hobby stuff, just what I enjoyed. And it was in 2018 that I kind of pivoted to just amateur radio, and that was just kind of where it started at that point. The growth was fast at that time, but Jason has a better story.
Yeah, does anybody else have to know something?
Yeah.
I'll say, when you put your first video out and 10 people watch it, you can't believe that 10 people actually watch it. And then when 100 people watch your video, you can't believe 100 people watch it. I mean, every step is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that goes to that motivation question as well, right? Just every milestone is just, it's magic.
Yeah. You put your next video, you're like that Rumble growing versus the
Yeah. Not a comparison.
Yes, Rumble is growing. It's never going to catch YouTube. So I put myself real quick.
Yeah, I follow it.
The first time, so there's a joke that goes around, and this is kind of true, that if Kyle or Jason or somebody, and they're walking along through this Hamfest with Josh or I, we get stopped every time we go like this, by one of you guys. The first time that ever happened to me, I was at HamCom in Texas. Anybody ever go to HamCom? I know you know. Yeah, you guys know HamComs. This was like 2017 or 2018, and someone stopped me and they said, "Oh, hey, I watched your video," and I'm like, "What? You did what?" I mean, I thought it was all bots out there. What? Yeah, real person. I was like, okay, that's weird, but it's strange to think about, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things you're not expecting. I didn't start a YouTube channel so I can go to Hamfest and get recognized by a bunch of people. I never even thought that was a thing until I started.
I posted like 3 videos about my trip down there.
Yeah.
And I got randomly stopped by 3 different amateur algorithms. Said, I saw your video, I subscribed. To me, being recognized by, you guys out there watching our content, that makes me feel good that I'm being recognized on social media.
Yeah.
Yes. Makes me feel great that, my content's being pushed out and, that my followers, getting growth and, like what Jason says, I'm getting stopped and, beating somebody up our content.
For sure. Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, W1 on VP. Just more of a comment. I want to give kudos out to Josh and Amber, Crash Course, and Ray back here for keeping Ham Nation going.
You're welcome. It's quite an honor. Thank you, Ray, for the continued support from Icom America. We appreciate it. But honestly, it is the amazing hosts that are really keeping the show alive by bringing their expertise and knowledge. So I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. Who else? Question? Anyone? I saw you first in red, and then we'll come up here.
Hey Ben, thank you for BZM. In keeping with the Ham Nation subject, has there ever been a thought of putting an audio format like out as a podcast?
So YouTube has it marked as a podcast now. So it is a playlist that you can use via YouTube podcasts. And that is an audio version of it. So you can do it that way. If you have YouTube Plus, or what is it? What's
Premium.
Premium. You can actually download to your whatevers. The problem we were having with the actual traditional podcast was the time it takes me to do it. It takes a while in addition to everything else I got going on to do it that way. So try YouTube podcast and see if that works for you. Otherwise, I don't know. Do you have a number?
Yeah, closely for anybody. You guys, the popular on YouTube, we would more content spreads on it.
I've always got YouTube going on in the background, but I can't say it's ham radio most of the time. It's usually something else I'm working on. Last week I was at DEF CON, so I spent a lot of time watching DEF CON videos to psych myself up, I guess, make sure I wasn't going to get hacked. But yeah, I watch a lot of I'm actually wearing CoffeeZilla. I mentioned him earlier, CoffeeZilla's channel. I love that guy. Yeah. Anyone else on?
I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube.
Yeah, never watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got rid of cable 10 years ago, and I just watch YouTube channels. And I've find creators, outdoor creators, RV creators, coffee, whatever the niche is that I'm into that week, that month, whatever. And I'll go down that rabbit hole, and that's my entertainment.
Says around the step.
For me, when I'm coding, I like to watch a lot of talking head YouTubers, not the visual stuff out there. So it's kind of like podcasts about tech and other stuff, and anything by Adam Savage Tested.
No, yeah.
I anytime releases something, I'm within the first hour, I'm watching it. Anyone else?
I'm with the guys. I rarely watch TV, maybe local news, but even years that we're not NBC nominated, but speaking of which, Gulf Coast folks be watching. They've got something they're watching for hurricanes this week, but
right now
the channels I watch, of course, I'm subscribed to everybody that's sitting up here and more. But the channels that I like to watch the most, I have 2 daily vloggers that I watch, and both of them are road travelers. They're full-time YouTubers. They're constantly on the road, flying different places, driving cranes, things like that. One is Jacob the Carpetbagger, and the other one is Adam the Woo. Sometimes they do theme park stuff too, so it's a little bit fun, I guess. But
He's definitely more of the to watch. I think when we start learning something, that's the first thing. Because I watched a video on YouTube.
I try to completely down too. And another been a couple questions about starting a channel or what it takes to make YouTube videos, and so if that's why you're here, if you have an idea of how much effort that it might take, maybe 10x it at least. So to partially answer your question, it is more limited time available to consume it than before going into YouTube as creating.
I got a similar story to everybody else. About 5 years ago, we stopped watching broadcast TV, maybe even longer than that. It's just busy or whatever. And we had a Roku box for a while. We had Netflix or whatever. I ended up getting an Apple TV box. We're a lot more happy with that because we watch YouTube and some like Paramount Plus. I gotta have my Star Trek. It is what it is. But my wife said to me one night, she said, "We need to be watching the news every night. We don't know what's going on anymore." And we tried that for a week, and she's so cool. We're super impressed with this. YouTube, the other channels. So, yeah, the whole dynamic is changing because there's like 100,000 or maybe millions of YouTube channels of every different point of view that you could possibly get. One that I personally recommend is one of my all-time favorites is Colin Furze. He's an engineer in the UK, and he's entertaining and smart. He's got it going on. So that's my 2 cents.
Yes.
God bless.
Any other questions?
Back to those. Back to net control.
Okay, I got one here, but I'm gonna let Ray talk first. Go ahead. Yeah, come on. You're not loud enough, Ray. Is that what you're saying?
You should be bothered.
No. Because first of all you guys are hams. I work for a manufacturer, and this is the first thing that they would be doing. I wanted to add on to what these fine folks are talking about. And listening to the transition from mainstream media, TV, broadcast to YouTube. At one time, Icom America was the ARRL's largest advertiser in the magazine. There was an 8-page pullout that we did for field day, different things like that. We were spending almost $500,000 a year advertising.
Yeah.
Then I ran into a couple guys that were doing YouTube channels. And we had already been doing our own, there's quite a few silent keys from Hollywood that were, I'm like, dude, did you guys see this video that came in email called the Trump Monkey? And they're like, no. I go, we need to do videos about amateur radio that people will be emailing to each other and spreading the word that way. I got to hear so many, oh, it's going to be $100,000 just to shoot the video. That's not including the editing. And you know, some of these guys that I talked to when you started your channels, all the naysayers going, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I even talked to a magazine publisher that I told them, you need to do an audio podcast. Get all your writers to do audio podcasts, because ham radio operators are going to be sitting there listening to it while they're at work. There's no future in that. I started pulling my advertising dollars. And I think, Josh, it was on your show when I was at Oshkosh last year. Why doesn't Icom give out caps? So look at doing all the caps at a show at $6 a pop. You got to do $300,000 worth of caps. I'm sorry, 300,000 caps. That's a lot of money. We have, for the 3 divisions that are on amateur aviation marine, we have Icom in the community. And what we're doing is, instead of buying caps, we're taking that marketing dollar and putting it into what I redefine inside our company as alternative media. So you guys have got a label. You're alternative media. So whether it's a podcast, audio, video, I got to get my Icom logo out there, so the POTA Crew t-shirt say, thank you very much, sir. And doing different things that we can to help these YouTubers get to 1,000, 10,000, 500,000. I mean, 400. Okay, you're 400 now.
Well,
but it's stuff like this that keeps promoting amateur radio outside our community, that brings in new ideas, youthful ideas. So please support them by watching, subscribing, Patreon, buy them a cup of coffee. For you, it's a cigar.
It's a cigar.
Yeah. So, and you'll take one too. Whatever you can do, get word out to your other ham friends. Tell them to start looking at it. 2006 was your first video?
Yeah.
We've got one that I did when I went to Bhutan in 2001. So this alternative media thing, it's developed.
That seems like it's sticking around.
It will take care of it. So thank you, all of you, for what you do. And if there's anything that I can do to help you all, just let me know.
Thank you, Ray.
So when you guys go to the next video, you guys do a giveaway? Yeah. Send me an email.
Hey, before you go, can you bring the bike down here?
We need to recognize Mark.
Wait, he's going to say something.
Thank you. I want to echo Randy's comments. I'm the general chairman of Huntsville Hamfest, and I just want to say thank you all for coming. I can't stay to speak longer. I've got a meeting with the Dayton guys. Thank you all.
This is the guy in charge. Mark came to me and a couple of us, I think, shortly after, in early 2021. It's COVID and shut everything down for a year and a half. And he's like, hey, are you coming to Huntsville? We're going to do it. And I'm like, if you're going to do it, I'll be there. And he's like, we want to give you this forum panel. And I'm like, okay. And this is what this is all turned into. So it's all because he did what he did. So,
really?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Ray, thank you for your comments as well.
Yeah.
And so as most of y'all know, it's hard to get me to do anything that involves me leaving the parks in the area. And, you know, I'm that operator that runs the pile up. I don't want to rack you with you. I want to make as many millions of contacts as I can, right? But when a youth comes on the air, I don't care how many people's calling me, I stop and I spend time with that youth. And that's my big hobby is for the youth. But I would not get me out past, because Ray donates to the youth like I've never seen.
Yeah.
And for all the stuff you do to the youth, I would like to thank you for that, Ray.
There was a couple hands. But okay, green shirt, I definitely would.
Does this happen often? And you put out a video and you say later on, why on earth did I do that? I mean, does that come up often, or is everything, well, it just didn't turn out the way you thought it would, or we got very bad reaction, or something like that, or I don't know, you just embarrassed yourself and didn't realize it, whatever.
No, I've never embarrassed myself. Yeah. You have to have thick skin, and you have to be like, what's the word? You have to be able to laugh at yourself, kind of thing. But you got to just like not take a lot of stuff personally too. So,
I think it happens both ways. Sometimes you'll put out a video that you think is a home run, right? That everyone's gonna love. No one watches it, right? And sometimes you'll just like hurry up and throw something out there, and then bam, it just takes off. It's like, how did that happen, right? I spent 6 hours on that. I spent 60 seconds on that.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it all happens that way.
A little anecdote there on that. The YouTube video coming out of every Hamfest that has the best numbers for me is the one I found camera. Is there Hamfest questions for you?
And you tell us something.
That one does Game Busters behind the camera. It's hardly ever ain't it. Good, thanks. What are you gonna do? Radio.
Like, you're kind of sad. And then we were coming to Panelists, and like, make sure y'all get on the videos, because we're watching all of them. Yeah. So make sure y'all get on somebody's video.
Take photo marks.
To go deep on that a little bit, there are situations where I'm technically inaccurate on something I state. And it's often that the commenters will tell me, right? And then I'm like, oh, no, they're right. And so there's a willingness to be wrong as well. This is a highly technical hobby, and we're going to be wrong. We're wrong all the time, right? And one of the things that helps us grow and learn is being able to see that and making the appropriate changes and understanding, and then reflect that back in a video where I think I just did that recently, an antenna video. I was like, oh yeah, no, I demonstrated that poorly. Let's do a follow-on video. Believe it or not, the follow-on videos are often better than the first one, and I think people, I think it's the right way to go. It's just, try to be accurate as possible.
Correct. There was someone else over here, but he had his hand up earlier. But I didn't see it. I saw that man for. Oh, that's funny. I saw that man. Yeah. All right.
Sometimes,
yeah, right. Then we'll cover it.
Sometimes when you got a hobby you really love, when you start trying to make money on it, it sucked the fun out of the whole thing. You guys experienced that, and how did you all know that?
Money's great. Yeah.
No,
it becomes more of a job than a hobby.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I had some kind of online training, knowledge, subscription service thing. They wanted to do some kind of sponsorship thing where I give them a little ad brief, like 60 seconds in a video, that kind of thing. I think I did it for like a month or two. I'm like, this sucks. Like, I hate doing this. I hated them having to like look at the video or them direct the thing. Here's this thing to mention. They weren't saying like you have to say this, but they're like, hey, make sure to point to this website. Make sure to save 5%. Blah blah blah. That would stop. So I stopped doing that immediately. But most of it, you're talking like affiliate codes and YouTube ads and all that. It kind of just goes on in the background. You set it up and it's just there. And it helps all of our channels, allows us to continue what we're doing. So I've never had much of a problem with it. Do anybody want to add anything to that?
Oh, yeah.
To me, YouTube has become a hobby in and of itself. Ham radio's a hobby. Ham radio's a lifestyle. YouTube has now become that kind of same thing. So I like to go to these content creation shows and gatherings and whatnot. There's one in Texas next month called VidSide. It's one of the biggest ones. And I like to go there and just talk with other content creators just from whatever niche. You can find people who are local to you or people who are kind of like if a guy is there doing like solar panel or battery videos, I'm not going to talk to him because it's kind of related to what I do anyway. So, but I view YouTube as a totally other hobby. Look at her trying to do that. That's a totally other hobby in and of itself. So that's how I feel.
A hobby that makes money? That's
yeah, that's crazy. So,
well, wait a minute.
No.
Get some money,
You spend something.
Oh, yeah, that's
oh,
true.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I don't think you make money on YouTube as an amateur radio hobbyist, right? How many radios have you bought? Yeah, how many radios have you bought that like stuff?
Yeah. I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have. Is like we get all this free stuff, and it's just pouring out of all of the vendors. And there are some things that people like. I got a remote control power unit from a guy that is developing, and he wants me to test it out. Some of that stuff, yes, but all of the radios that you see on probably all of our channels have been purchased by us with our own money. So just keep that in mind whenever there's a lot of nasty comments out there. It's like you guys get everything for free. Now that is not a true statement.
We wish it was. You were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So recently there was a new radio had just recently come out by someone who's not Icom. And a lot of us got it, and a lot of us were talking about how great it was. And I kept getting comments. You guys are talking about how great this radio is because Yaesu paid you. No, I can 100% guarantee that is not true. It's not true. Icom's never paid me to say anything, and I said this in the video. I was like, you know what? In reality, it'd be great to be paid by Icom. I don't think it would, because then I wouldn't be able to do stuff like I like to do, right? So I like to try to give honest reviews, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm not. That's okay. But like Josh said, you got to be willing to be wrong sometimes, or admit when you're wrong. But Yaesu, Icom, Kenwood, Alenko, the Chinese are very gracious to send you a bunch of UV5Rs because it cost them $7 to make, right? So, but the real radios that people are actually interested in, those don't come for free. No. There was someone else with their hand up. Yes, sir. You.
Lee, November Alpha 5 Tango. Kyle, now it's your week. I know. So I was late, so I may have missed it. Do we know what the donation for teacher and some people? Yeah.
Did you not watch the beginning of the episodes?
Turn it back on.
He's always turning it off.
Yeah, sorry. So we served 120, double last year. Last year we raised 2,400. We're going to write a check for the ARL for $5,000. Woo!
Next question. Hey, comment? Frank is awesome.
How do you like the trailer?
So far so great. I love it. It actually, when you drive it down the road, it doesn't fall apart. So that's good. This is my second trip with it this week, and it's worked great. Yeah. Not fun. Whatever. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
We go back a little ways. We were in Dallas together about 25 years ago.
Right.
But this is addressed to all of you alternative media people. And also to remind you.
By the way, there's royalties on that tire.
Okay, you can pay me later.
We do appreciate what you do. We keep it fun. Nothing is too crazy to put on the air because we'll enjoy it, even if it's all that stuff. That's some investment you made. But I will say this, it's all a hell of a lot better than the crap that's on TV, Yeah, right.